cannot deliver fuel molecules to a forecourt without last mile delivery. When you look at the last mile delivery and fleet management, you get a sense that it is an industry that is calling for innovation and is calling also for investment. When you think about fuel, it's a very dangerous product and it's being ferried into stations that are in estates. So how do you, first of all, carry those dangerous products? How do you move them? And how do you deliver them safely? My name is Njogu, convener of the AfriFueling Expo, a platform that seeks to elevate the fueling sector. Nothing runs if you do not have fuel. So where we are with logistics, fleet and last mile delivery is that you cannot deliver fuel molecules to a forecourt without last mile delivery. And both actually on the fuel side and non-fuel. You still have, when you have grocery stores at the forecourt, you still have to deliver fresh food there. So I see a lot of upgrading of the fleet service providers. So you're now looking at how can you have cleaner, fleets? How do you have, fleets that are environmentally friendly, that are using light equipment, so that also the roads are they act as an insurance for the road, so that we don't spend so much money repairing those roads. So I think when you look at the last mile delivery and fleet management, you get a sense that it is an industry that is calling for innovation and is calling also for investment. So the trends that are shaping fleet management in Africa are solutions like telematics, use of AI cameras to do a lot of monitoring, to eliminate fraud, to eliminate theft, to eliminate risk in terms of safety. For example, when you think about fuel, it's a very dangerous product, and it's being ferried into stations that are in estates where people live, where children are playing, places where people work. So how do you first of all carry those dangerous products? How do you move them, and how do you deliver them safely? Also, when you consider the environment as well, the environment is a key concern, because also not only are the products that we carry, especially on the fuel side, dangerous in terms of can harm life, but also have a lot of harm, can cause a lot of harm if there was spillage, if there was an accident, and so that's critical, yes. So the challenges that are driving inefficiencies and cost, I still feel we need more planning tools so that a vehicle or a truck can be properly used, or what we like calling sweating an asset. You want to sweat that asset properly so that it can give you more value. So planning is a critical thing. Also, I think the opportunities that are existing there are monitoring as well. We have not fully integrated monitoring. And I know this is a discussion that even the regulator is having, where they're saying, we not only want to know how much fuel we imported in the country, but could there be technology that shows us the fuel that is on the road? So that so Internet of Things in terms of monitoring solutions, the gauging systems, the speed limiters, the data collection. I think when you think about fleet and logistics, they deliver a lot of data, and I think solutions that analyze that data and communicate that data in a way that can help organizations make informed decisions are very critical, to inform where do we invest next, what do we use, how do we improve and deal with those inefficiencies. So I see that. So innovations that are improving fleet performance and service delivery, as we said, telematics, which measure driver engagement, journey planners, where you can feed a route so that the truck does not deviate from that route. That allows you to track not just the vehicle itself, but also the product that you're delivering. So I think the technologies like, I've seen technologies in other markets that deploy AI to preempt and show you, for example, if a truck was coming into a forecourt, where is it best parked, based on the data of other vehicle users within the other non-fuel business around the forecourt. So intuitive solutions, agile solutions that look at not just historical data, but forecasting data that allows then the operational managers, the supervisors, to actually make quick decisions and be able to be very agile in their operations. I think the reason why logistics service providers should be at AfriFueling is because they are the ones that deliver to us all the product that is sold through the forecourt. If they don't deliver, we don't work. If they don't come, we don't sell. So they are critical. We are joined together at the hip. In fact, you cannot look at them as a separate business from the forecourt. This is what you'd call like the kitchen part. It is behind the scenes, but it makes the forecourt work. So the fleet, the fleet partners, we like to call them partners. The reason why they'll need to be at AfriFueling is because their customers will be there. Is because also we have innovative products that are coming from other markets, automatic gate systems, solutions like security solutions, automatic seals, automatic locks, all these things that make their business better. They are going to be showcasing at AfriFueling, and so that's where they need to be at. And above that, actually, we will be having a clinic with government agencies like our regulator, EPRA. We're going to be having KRA there. We are going to be having KENHA there. So then that shortens their distance of service delivery, which they can get from government services. I think the thing that I would like to add, especially to anyone serving the logistics space, is that we know that there is innovation around cleaner fuels for logistics. We are now seeing e-trucks coming in, and would be happy to have companies that are really innovating in this space for the vehicles themselves coming on board. We have strong vehicle brands in Kenya. And they need to be here. They need to be at AfriFueling, where they engage with their customers and tell us what to expect. Remember also, service centers are key, and we are key partners. The forecourts are key partners with vehicle brands, because then they shorten the distance of care for the assets when they work with the forecourts.